you're facing is dehydration. So it's a slow cook. When you're dropping altitude, the temperature's increasing just in the day, and because your altitude's decreasing, the temperature's, it's like double down. So I call it like a lobster effect. This is gonna be really exposed and hot. You're gonna need to keep up with your hydration and your electrolytes big time across this section. You're not gonna get to 46 until dark.
Dude, I mean, look at this. How could you be mad about
man,
it?
only smiles. Only smiles in this place.
Only smiles. This is gonna be great. The thing is with these races is you're screwed if you think about how much time you have left. Like if you think, oh, I'm running through town, I've got 235 miles to go, like you're done for. That's actually what almost hurt my race at Tahoe. Did hurt my race, almost got me to quit. But in Bigfoot, I made the adjustment to just break it down, segment the race, and go from aid station to aid station and only focus on that. And it's like complete game changer. We've got a cup of fruit. We've got 4 eggs, some bacon. Oh, this looks good. And some toast. I mean, have you seen toast like this? And then of course some water. So this is what we're fueling up before the race.
Going into Moab 240, I was so excited. I was excited because it was going to be one of the most difficult things I'd ever done, the furthest I'd ever run before. And it was also the final race in the Triple Crown of 200s, something that I had set out over a year ago to accomplish.
Ran 65 miles with him at Tahoe from mile 135 to the finish, basically. And there was almost 20 hours of running across 2 days, and seeing somebody who's never gone past 100 miles go to 125 and 150 and eventually run 200 miles and just do something that he'd never done before and something I've never witnessed. So it was definitely a life-changing experience for me.
Pre-race, it's 45 minutes until the Moab 240. I'm feeling good. The best thing to do is just stay calm. You don't want to get like super amped up because it's 240 miles. You got to be patient. So before a race, I'm just positive. I'm excited. Feel a little anxious to get going. But the best thing to do during these things is just stay patient and just chip away one at a time. So that's what I'm doing.
All right, crowd, you ready? We're getting close. All right, crowd ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So my running journey really started in high school. I was never the best athlete, but I played lacrosse growing up. They had this week called Hell Week. It was the first week of lacrosse tryouts. And before every practice and tryouts, we had to run a 5K. Running that first 5K, I thought, man, running for 20 to 30 minutes straight, that sounds so daunting. But quickly after my first few tryout practices, I realized, man, I'm actually not bad at this. I'm one of the best runners on the team. And that gave me confidence. I had this realization. I thought, man, if I didn't think I could do this before, but now I can, and I obviously did it, what else is possible for me? And so that really started off my running journey, and going from that to doing a full marathon a couple months later, a half Ironman, 52 miles, 60 miles, 100 miles, 3 100-mile races in a year, and then now the Triple Crown at 200s and an Ultraman in a year. But it all started out with not thinking I could do something, being put in a place to do it, and just breaking mental barriers. So the first segment of the race was about 8 miles. Crew couldn't see me. And so I saw my crew for the first time 16 miles in.
Today's Friday.
Yeah, like you're going. Like, what do you need
I'm good.
from 3 a.m.? Like, no, let's say you're good.
I got everything.
You good? You're
yeah.
You're like ready to go, ready to roll.
Yeah.
So you have an extra run your race shirt in there.
Dude, I'm feeling amazing. We're 16 miles in. Calm, cool, collected. I have an amazing crew here to help me out. Make sure I got everything I need. Might get a little chilly tonight, but we're gonna be good, dude. It's gonna be fun.
The next aid station, they said, is 12 miles.
Where do you want them, in the zipper or accessible? I can put some on this side too.
Some of them here, and then some. I'll probably the rest of them in the back.
Zippered?
Yeah. There's no. I can't have a drop bag for so long.
Sure.
So I have to. This is nuts.
Here, can I put some of these gels in your side?
Yeah.
All in the zipper.
Throw them in the back side, which is
You
great.
need sticks now or no?
Sticks, both.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take them with me. All right, we good?
185, man.
185.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Have fun.
All right, let's go. Thank you, guys.
For I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Let's go.
Wow. All right, thanks, dude.
All right, buddy, go crush it. We'll see you tonight.
Now, the next time that I got to see my crew was not until mile 67.
It's like a bunch of people stared. Oh, what's up, dude? I didn't know you were coming. Oh, yeah. Just drag me out of there.
I had about 50 miles in between there where I'd just stop at aid stations and there was people there to help us out, but my crew wasn't. And so that was a pretty long time to go without seeing my crew. It was real late at night when I arrived. It was dark. It was a pretty quick aid station there. I picked up my first pacer, Justin Shelley. Yeah, so we were there just about 10 to 15 minutes, and then we were on to the next one. I was, at this point, starting to get tired. I mean, I was 67 miles in, but I hadn't had any major issues, and I was ready to go. Now, the next section was a little bit rough, to be honest, because we were going through that period of time between midnight and 4 a.m., and that's one of the hardest times that I've found during these races, is because typically in everyday life, you're always asleep during that time. So your body's not used to being awake. It's dark. At Moab, it was also cold. And so it was not the most fun time to be running overall. But luckily I had my first pacer, and so he was able to help me keep moving along.
When I heard about Pierce signing up for the Triple Crown of 200s, I thought that he was absolutely insane and that no human could do this, especially someone who, is 22 years old and, hasn't gone this far yet. And to do 200 miles 3 times in 4 months just seemed out of, my head and completely insane. Then the first one was finished and I was like, oh my God, he did it. This is possible. Our entire family's like, great, you're done. No more. We can't go through the pain. We can't go through the suffering of, watching you on the tracker or getting live updates from the crew. And it was just too much of an emotional roller coaster for the family. Everyone wanted him to stop. And, that's where I think me and Pierce got much more close, is I was like, you know what, go for it, keep going. Like, this is what you want to do, go for it. Like, don't listen to what anyone else is saying. You got this, and just keep pushing forward with your mission.
Getting to Shay Mountain was a tough stretch for me and Justin. We had to deal with a lot of elevation. And Justin and I knew that going into that section, but one of the things that we didn't know was when the elevation really happened and how it occurred.
So honestly, we're just preparing the campsite for Pierce when he gets back. We know that he and Justin have been going for a long time. It's an hour. No, it's 114 miles in so far. And I don't know if you guys saw that there was 3 black bears and a brown bear that were attacking our site. And so I just had to scare them out of the way. So. Okay, so it is now 5 p.m. on Saturday. So that now means Pierce has been going for 29 hours. And we're waiting for him, and what we've been told is that his pace is slowing just a little bit because this is one of the steepest climbs in the whole entire 240-mile race.
Most likely we'll take a nap. 1-2 hours. He told us that throughout the entire race, probably do a max of 7 hours of sleep. So that'll be good for him, and then we'll hit another 12 miles before the next aid station.
All right, so here's the update on Pierce. He just left the last station and he's been slowing down. Average rate at this pace, according to the race, is about 3.5 miles an hour. That's the average pace of the average runner. And Pierce has been slowing down a little bit. He's at 0.5 miles per hour. So right now we're honestly a bit concerned. We're at 7:30 right now. We were thinking he might be in here as early as 6 or 6:30. So he's been slowing down substantially. We knew he would slow down because it is the steepest part of the trail. But at this point, it's just a little concerning. So we're actually going to call his coach, get a hold of his coach right now to see when he does come in, the best plan of attack. If Pierce sleeps for 2 hours or 4 hours or what makes the most sense so that Pierce can continue on in this race. Because ultimately the triple crown, finishing it, that's the goal. We got to get him across the finish line. So we said a prayer for Pierce. We believe in Jesus' name that the Holy Spirit, we're not present with him, but the Holy Spirit is, and can be with him, empower him, help him move along. And also his pacer, Justin Shelley, who's just a freaking beast of a human being. We're praying for him as well, just to be with Pierce in this moment. So we're thinking about him, praying for him, and going to call his coach to see what we should do. So that's the update. Stay tuned. We'll keep you updated.
There was a period of time where Justin and I were joking, and I was like, man, this is all the vertical that they're gonna give us. So we were joking back and forth, and then we realized the mountain that we had to climb, and it was so much more than we thought. It was brutal. We ended up reaching the top of Shay Mountain about sunset. But one of the things that I didn't account for, I knew that we had to go down, which we went a couple miles down this service road. It was winding, and I was like, okay, after this corner, I bet it's the aid station. Nope, keep winding. After the corner, I bet it's the aid station. Nope, keep climbing. And Justin was probably about 5 feet in front of me, and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, man, how are we gonna do this? And I'm like, man, I just need to get to this aid station. But I didn't want to say anything to Justin because I wanted to keep going. But there were 1 or maybe 2 times where I just stopped and took a breather, and I could tell by Justin stopping and leaning over his poles that he was feeling it too. We finally got to this Shay Mountain aid station, and when I saw the light of Brady with the camera, I was just ecstatic.
That ain't no headlamp. And if it is, you ain't want to go this way. Let's go. We just ate a bunch of vert, baby.
Yeah.
A lot of vert.
Oh,
Let's go, Finn!
still here.
Let's go, baby.
So glad. Probably one of the most difficult climbs in the course. And then we climbed it. Then we ran down a service road. then we basically climbed it again. And it was terrible. And I'm ready to sleep. But
I've got good news for you, buddy. Your bed's ready.
let's go. Well, we're one step in front of the other. And we're glad you guys are here to support us.
So thankful.
Thank you. Oh, man. That was tough.
Boy, man.
That section was... that might have been worse than Bigfoot. The sand tears up your feet. It's like so... that big with this race. Just gets in. I've had gaiters too. I don't know.
I did this race in waterproof shoes.
Really?
For that reason.
So that sand wouldn't get in.
How was the last 50 miles for you?
Oh my gosh. It was rough, man. It was real rough. A lot of elevation, a lot of gain. Pierce had me cracking up, but it was a great time. Super blessed and grateful and thankful to be out here with this guy. He's an animal, man. Complete animal.
What's up, interwebs? It's Pierce. I'm 114 miles in and I'm feeling amazing. Can't you tell by the look on my face? Not even one bit tired. I'm super energized. My muscles are just loose and performing perfectly. No, I'm kidding. Things aren't like that, but that's as expected. I mean, how can you expect to run 114 miles and not be sore? All right, let's go. Let's do it. Thank you. 2-hour nap, here we come. Time to rejuvenate and get ready to go for the next leg. Did you work for you last night? Put on this stuff called Salty Britches. It helps lubricate my feet so that there's not as much friction. The friction, the better, because here you don't want your toes rubbing together a ton, or else you're gonna get even worse blisters than I already have. I'm happy with where we're at right now. I just need to keep moving. It's the name of the game during these 200s. Thanks for everyone's help.
Oh, yeah. See you in 12 miles, Pierce.
Yeah, man.
I thought after 2 hours sleeping, that's a solid amount of time to sleep. I thought I would be great, higher on energy and whatnot. But I got on that section, and within about 30 to 45 minutes, I started to realize how much I was dragging. I was walking on the trail and sort of falling off the trail and losing my focus. And there were probably 2 to 3 times throughout that section where I was like, Carlos, man, can we just take a break? Because we're climbing another mountain right after doing a big climb too. One of the medics saw kind of how disoriented I was and how I was feeling. And he's like, man, just take a 15-minute nap and then get going again. And I was like, all right, fine, I'll just do that.
Doing all right. Yeah. I'm feeling a little loopy.
Okay. You got trash from there?
You take a nap? I don't know. I took a 2-hour nap at the last one.
Okay.
But
you know your body better than me.
yeah.
But if hallucinations start getting bad, anything like that, start feeling incoherent, just even if it's just 10 minutes on the side of the trail, you know?
When I saw the video of him at mile 126, my immediate reaction was like, oh my goodness. I knew visually looking at him as his mom, I could totally assess his state of mind, where he was at. My first reaction was, I never want to look at that again. It just was not how I wanted to see him. Actually, I think I DM'd someone on his crew like immediately, okay guys, you gotta take that down. I just felt like it was not something that he would want others to see because it was very disturbing to me emotionally.
I got them in my hand.
Time to get warm again. Let's do this thing, dude.
That next section was to Dry Valley. There was a point in time where we actually went about a half mile off course because some of the course markings were missing, but luckily I had the map on my watch and it beeped, and so I knew that we were off course, so it redirected us.
Sit down, take a break, right? Get some cool water on you. Get this wet so he cools off. And I'm gonna come see you, okay? All right? You need some sleep, sweetheart.
All right.
You do. I don't care if you go lay on that cot that's in there, and I'll fix your feet while you're sleeping.
Why don't you lay down on that?
Yep.
We'll get you outside.
Okay. I'm gonna fix your feet while you're sleeping. Get his shoes and socks off.
I'll take him, guys. I'll take him back if you want me there.
What's up, brother? So Pierce just came into Dry Valley. It's hot out and he's fully exposed right now. He's got that 28-mile section of road coming up. We are trying to wonder if he should maybe grab some sleep right now, do Dry Valley at night, and then hit Geyser in the morning.
Yeah, pull up Geyser.
Yeah, if he stuck with 20-minute pace right here, he could get to climbing Geyser by 6 a.m. tomorrow if he got about 4 hours of sleep here. Pierce thinks he's a little worried about time. He kind of wants to push through this road section, the next 28, but it is very hot right now.
So I would just go grab Ben, pull him over, and like the only reason you'd want to call an audible and sleep more is if he's a walking zombie.
Just in the last 3 miles, completely exposed, that we were just like energy levels just went down really
Okay.
fast.
So what you're facing is dehydration. So it's a slow cook. When you're dropping altitude, the temperature's increasing just in the day, and because your altitude's decreasing, the temperature's, it's like double down. So I call it like a lobster effect. This is gonna be really exposed and hot. You're gonna need to keep up with your hydration and your electrolytes big time across this section. You're not gonna get to 46 until dark.
So now what? I'm good to...
Yeah, now Carlos is going to take you 28 to 46, and then if you want to just, take just a little rest, you don't have to necessarily sleep unless you want to catch another 30 minutes.
Oh, it's probably a good idea.
And then Steve is going to take you up to Geyser's Pass.
Okay. That's after these...
After this.
2 sections that are flat?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
After Dry Valley, there were going to be 2 sections, no vertical gain, so it was going to be super flat. It was exciting, and it kind of gave me a new boost of energy.
There's dirt on my hands, strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon.
Going from Dry Valley to Needles, I was excited for this section because I was picking up a new pacer again, and I was picking up Carlos, who we had shared some miles with. But this time, instead of navigating over a mountain, Carlos and I would have some flat fire road to really make up some time. And that was my goal during this section, was it's flat, it's not technical, so I'm gonna make up as much time as I can.
First time that I met Pierce, I was at an event called 29029, and I brought about 8 of my friends with me, and we were all bigger guys. Like, you could tell when we showed up at the mountain, we didn't look like everybody else. And then there was this kid that lapped us like 3 or 4 times, and so I paid attention to him, and it come to find out at the end of the event, he didn't lap me 4 times, he actually lapped me 6 or 7 times, and he won the event in 17 hours, and I barely completed it before the cutoff time of 36 hours. I finished in 35 hours and like 27 minutes. So he caught my attention simply by being a champion and being great at something. You know, sometimes you'll hear moms tell their sons, well, it doesn't matter if you win, it's like how you play the game. Well, your mom was a liar. It pays to be a winner. And that's why I noticed Pierce. And that's one of the reasons that our relationship began, because you've heard people say real recognize real. Well, greatness recognizes greatness. And I was on a mountain doing something I wasn't great at, and I saw somebody fly by me several times that was great at that, and that grabbed my attention.
Oh, we are doing well. That was a little bit cold, but we got it done. We're ready to sleep. That's what got me through, is sleep. I think that 45-minute nap before this section really helped me. Carlos and I kept a great pace. Please. Oh, there's no grind.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Come on. How you feeling, bro?
Cruising, bro. A little tired, but we're good. Hey.
Cruising, baby.
That 45-minute nap helped a lot. All right, I'm gonna sit down.
Dude, I am ready for the most amazing sleep I've ever had in my life. That's what I'm excited for.
How was the last section?
It wasn't hard. It was just long. And time on feet got to me. The last 7 miles, we went really good for the first 18 miles. We were going at a 6-minute jog, 4-minute walk the whole way through. Pierce was really strong, but it got colder and we got tired. And the last 4 miles, the last 3 miles basically walked it. So it was long and cold, and I'm really happy I'm here.
It's 4:09 a.m. I'm a little bit tired. I'm not even really a runner, but I love Pierce, and I'm gonna make it happen today.
Shelly. How you doing?
I'm alright. Can you guys come up here and pick me up?
Yeah, are you at the aid station already?
Yeah, I'm at the aid station. Pierce is using the bathroom. It's gonna take you 30 minutes to get up here.
Keep on, you man. This left right there. Right. Okay, we are 20 minutes from you right now.
I could never keep up with Pierce in a normal run. However, if I know that Pierce has already ran 171 miles and then I come in with him, I feel very confident that I could jog, walk, and hike with him. Now, the one thing that I didn't take into account was the altitude. Now, I don't know if it was the gas station food that we had after I landed on the plane and then drove right to Moab, or it was the altitude. But about 1.6 miles into the first 14 miles that we were doing together, all of a sudden I started puking. And I obviously don't want to slow Pierce down. So I puked as quietly as I could and turned around and he saw me. But we never talked about it, never mentioned it. But literally for the next like 13 miles, my stomach is just turning and churning, and I'm like eating mints so I don't vomit anymore. I went out to Moab because I'm like, man, I'm gonna be a great encourager. I'm gonna speak life into Pierce, and I'm really gonna lift him up. And to be honest with you, he led me for those 15 miles that we were at. You know, here's the deal. I was twice named the fittest man in the NFL, and I went out there with Pierce for less than 10% of the race. And I had to have somebody drive a van up the mountain to come pick me up because my body was shutting down. I hope this goes to show people how tough Pierce really is.
Yeah!
Man, what's up? Yeah, you going to pick up Steve?
Yeah, Graham's gonna jump out and knock it out with you.
Oh, sweet. I'm just gonna start walking. So Graham and I started going on, and it was exciting to get to talk to Graham and move forward and keep progressing on towards that, because I didn't think I was gonna have a pacer for this section, but he was able to come in time. We ended up catching up with Tori, and I was super excited because, you know, we had talked with him, we had become friends with him, and so we were climbing with him, and about 5 minutes later I look back and I didn't see Graham and I didn't see Tori, and so I was like, okay, well, I'm sure they're just a little bit behind me. I'll go a little bit slower and give them the room to catch up to me. Keep going, but then I don't see them, and I text Graham. He ends up texting back because we had service, so I knew he was all right. He was like, don't let me catch you, and I was like, okay, I won't. And so we kept pushing on, and we got to the next aid station, but thankfully I was with them, and that helped carry me through.
How was that last stretch?
Glad to be here.
Man.
Ran out of water, but we're fine. That was probably the, I don't know, that or Shay Mountain was the most difficult stretch of the thing. I ran out of water with like a mile or two left to go. My pacer got sick. 2 pacers got sick today. And my feet feel amazing. Now they actually feel like terrible. So hopefully sitting down here I can recharge and then attack the next leg.
Do we think it will get cold tonight? Like really cold?
It was 51 down there. There was snow for like maybe like 300, 400 feet, but you're good. Barely in the snow. All right. Let's get this out of the way. All right, where's your watch?
Hey, what's up, Dad? Oh, thank you. I just got to the aid station. I'm about to get some sleep before the final stretch. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, that's a great idea. I'm feeling good. I got some more sleep and it made me feel a lot better, so I'm just gonna
sleep as long as your body wants.
Yeah, I'm gonna sleep right now and then do the last set, two stretches, and then we'll be done hopefully by like noon tomorrow.
Well, how many more miles do you have to go then?
Like 40.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Well, my God, I can't believe it. I'm so proud of you.
Well, thank you so much, Dad. I really appreciate you calling and the message and all of that. I'll be sure to give you a call tomorrow when I finish.
All right, please do.
All right, I will.
You make me so happy. I love you so much.
Oh, I love you too, Dad.
And God bless you.
Oh, God bless you too.
All right.
All right.
Get some good sleep.
All right, I will. Talk to you tomorrow.
It feels good, man. It feels good, right? Yo, I'm in the light at the end of the tunnel. Paper stacks, yeah, I got them in the bundles. Harry Potter breaking bread with the muggles. They said I would've made it, now they looking puzzled.
I started off on the next section to Porcupine Rim, which was going to be the last aid station, and I planned I'm going to run these 3.5 miles with one friend, and so we end up going out on that next section, and Noah and I were with each other for the first time. Our conversations really helped light me up, inspire me, and carry me through. Those 3.5 miles just went by so fast. We said our goodbyes to Noah, and then I went again with Justin, who by the end of the race would run 91 miles with me.
Coming up to the last aid station.
I just do see you later, no goodbyes. New flows, new highs, through the dark clouds, see the blue skies. It will be I, you wait. It's a new day, ride in the storm like a new wave. Shake, shake, shake.
Justin and I turn on some music and we start cruising. We start running faster than I had probably run in the last 50 to 60 miles.
It's going down tonight, yeah. Slide right in, let's go. No more than dip in your toes. Let the rhythm take control. It's going down tonight, yeah. It's going down. It's going down. It's going down, baby. It's going down. Going down. Yeah. Going down. Going down.
I love you. Come on, man. Hold it, bro. Love you, dude. Love you too, man. Oh.
Exactly what happened was in my mind with you guys, because I knew you guys would check the clock, and when we left that it said 10:53. I didn't tell him it said 10:53. I just said let's go, and I was like, man, they probably went to sleep anticipating maybe putting an alarm for 2 hours, and I was like, if we come in here really quick, they might be sleeping.
No, we were in the hotel in the van, and it's like 7:30, and Brady's like, dude, he's a mile away. Oh crap! So we gunned it here. I dropped off Brady right there, and then I started hauling. I see you guys running.
Wow. I'm very grateful for an amazing race, amazing crew. It was so hard, but it was so fulfilling getting to finish it with such a great group of people. I am very excited to be able to sleep and not wake up and have to run. That is probably one of the most things I'm most excited for, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, I'm just really just soaking it all in and all of that, because I think it's great to mine the wisdom and the experience from, these big challenges. So over the next little bit, I'll definitely be reflecting a lot on it.
Now that you are officially finished with the Triple Crown, what's next for you?
That's a good question, and I honestly haven't really thought that much about it, because my whole focus this year was like, get the Ultraman done, get the Triple Crown done, really focus everything on that, and also getting it documented well so that we could reach people with this project. And I think I don't necessarily have a next challenge. I mean, there are a bunch of different challenges that are on my mind that I want to do. But I think more of the focus, at least for the next little bit, of course, goes into recovery. Of course, goes into, I'll still be training and having fun with it. But I think more of like the impact that the project can have on people. So helping other people, get that same belief. I went from half marathon to Triple Crown, but there's a lot of steps in between there. I want to impact people to really change their mindset and to think, what else is possible?